What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. One time for the one time, y'all know what it is. We moving, and I'm wondering, do people care about Abner Mares versus Leo Santa Cruz too? Is it a relevant or irrelevant fight? I like Mares ever since the Moreno fight, whatever that African guy's name is, where he low blowed him a ton of times, and I really turned off. I mean, that's the first time I really watched him. It really turned me off, and then he came back, I think, in a rematch, and, run legit. And, I liked him ever since, even though Johnny Gonzalez iced him because they used to spar together. But like he reinvigorated himself, reinvented himself. I still think he's too small for 126. And Leo Santa Cruz never fucking impressed me, in the long. I mean, I never really been impressed by him. It's one of the most vanilla fighters out there, basic, can't punch for shit. I don't really care for his style. He's just bigger than his opponents, If he moves up to 130, he's going to get iced. I think the fight they should be building towards should be Leo Santa Cruz versus Gary Russell Jr. But for obvious reasons, Leo Santa Cruz is one of the most protected fighters by Al Heyman. They call him the son of Al Heyman. But him and Mares, too, I mean, the first fight was on ESPN, I think ESPN 2. It was a solid fight. It's just not a fight that I really, put on the top of my bill. I understand why Santa Cruz won't want to fight Frampton again anytime soon. 2 straight fights. I mean, then he got a fight after a long layoff, and then a trilogy. I mean, and Frampton fight just fell off, so he got a fight coming up. He with the promoter MTK, whatever that is. I think it got something to do with Frank Warren. Correct me if I'm wrong, UK people. But this ain't. I mean, they trying to build this fight up like a fight that people are demanding. Maybe in the Hispanic community they demanding this fight, but in the American and UK community, I can speak for the UK on this one. I don't think anybody gives a damn about this fight. Now, if you give us Mares, Frampton, I guess we would take that. But at 126, the fight for me is Santa Cruz, versus Gary Russell versus Oscar Valdez versus Santa Cruz. Anywhere in that triangle, you could put Frampton in there as well. Frampton versus Gary Russell, Frampton versus Oscar Valdez. Bob Arum wants to make, Lee Selby versus Leo Santa Cruz, Lee Selby versus Carl Frampton. I mean, excuse me, those are the names I want to see, tumbling in there. I understand that JoJo Diaz going to have a chance to make his name on Gary Russell. It's going to be a mandatory fight, and hopefully they come to terms. Gary Russell and Vasily Lomachenko were able to come to terms with Top Rank. So I think Golden Boy and PB Al Heyman, come to terms with Gary Russell. He's a promotional free agent. And, I don't think JoJo Diaz is ready. He can prove me wrong, but I don't see anything special with him. Oh, shout out to Antonio DeMarco for knocking out old boy last night and getting his career back on the rise. At 140 pounds, I think it was at. Mares looked good versus Gutierrez yesterday. Got the stoppage off a cut. I'd like to see him go to the body a little bit more. Maybe that wasn't part of the game plan. He kept that high guard up. I think he should get back to, I know he has to move a little bit more and finesse a little bit more at 126. But I think if he went to the body, he would have legitimately stopped that guy. But the gash on Gutierrez's face was the stoppage. And then Santa Cruz versus Chris Avalos, they stopped the fight. Excuse me, because Santa Cruz, can't crack an egg at 126. He's solid. I mean, he's just bigger than everybody. I don't see anything special with him. And I've been taking flack for that, but I'll take it, man, because it is what it is. I like Lee Selby over him. I like, I think Carl Frampton fought stupid the last time. But it's a fight that I guess we'd take in 2018. I mean, Santa Cruz said there ain't nothing left to him to do at 126. He want to move to 130 and still be ducking people up there. I just want to see them build up the Gary Russell and Santa Cruz fight. I mean, you could just give me that. But I don't think Santa Cruz want that smoke with Gary Russell. Gary Russell will blow his ass out the water off a layoff or whatever is going on. But, I guess we'd take Mares versus Santa Cruz. I'd rather see Mares Frampton next, though. But we gone.